is found within the Roman Catholic Church. Okay? I disagree with Jay Dyer, mainly because Jay Dyer is a dogmatist fanatic. Jay Dyer, the Eastern Orthodox apologist that I respect, is a dogmatic fanatic that is out to say, okay, because some of the modern popes are trying to bring the church into the modern world by letting you do mass in English. Who gives a fuck? That's probably an upgrade. Okay? If I can understand the mass in my language, that's probably an upgrade. Because if I'm that Tibetan sitting in Tibet, in China, or wherever you want to call it, geopolitics, go over there and start talking about free Tibet. See what happens to you. Okay? All right, so the Monroe Doctrine. All right, what's relevant to now? This is obviously going to have to go into another video. I got to chop this up. Castro and Jacob R. Benz. Who did Jacob R. Benz go visit? The fucking communists, atheist motherfuckers that don't believe in a God. So is he violating the containment policy? Yes. Guatemala. Was Jacob R. Benz violating the Monroe Doctrine? Yes. The second he showed up talking with a bunch of communist motherfuckers from Continental Freemasonry, revolutionaries, he's now bringing subversive doctrines to the Western Hemisphere. They're going to cause motherfucking problems. It wasn't nationalization. They were going to confiscate the East India Company and whatever replaced its lands and start a goddamn war over it. They're not going to let them do it. They're going to use the CIA and the American military to go down there, okay, and stop that shit before the Russians get a fucking foothold or the Chinese get a foothold, to prevent a war and have plausible deniability because the American army didn't go invade a sovereign nation. What happens when you start having a bunch of controversy over that shit that Eisenhower did for a goddamn reason? And arguing about it and get a weak motherfucker like JFK in there? What happens? The actual fucking communists get in there, and then you got to give up Turkey. Who's Turkey? Ottomans. Who invaded Constantinople? Ottomans. Who chased the Venetians, which are mostly Eastern Orthodox, whether they're fucking from Italy or not, a part that the trade route there, traded east, had a monopoly, no doubt. Okay? Why did the Venetian bankers have to go to the Dutch and the Brits, who were their family? It's a bunch of Guelphs. You can say the D'Este family, Pallavicini family, Queen Elizabeth, and Lord Pallavicini, or Pallavicino, were fucking related. And when he went up there and turned against the Vatican, probably after Mary was off the throne and realized that under English law, he could be fucking killed, he decided, I'm not going to fuck with the Turks. I'm Austrian. We know they'll invade. King Sobieski fucking, okay. 1,400 crusades, or no, 1,400 invasions by the Muslims, Arabs and Turks, the caliphates, and maybe like 5 crusades. Why? Because we kept getting the shit kicked out of us. You can't go into these people's world with foreign fucking shit that they don't agree with. Because if they want to say Muhammad's a prophet, they have more people than you there, and they still do to this day, but they're cleaning them out. The Muslims are being cleaned out of Israel, which is an English fucking colony and a foothold in former Ottoman lands, and what the fuck my Austrians were doing, joining up with the Ottomans at World War I, probably why we lost. Who killed Franz Ferdinand? Continental Freemasons. Continental Freemasons. Why? Same reason they killed fucking Nikki up in Russia. They did not appreciate the dogmatic religions. They were fucking atheists. They didn't agree in a God, a common denominator. They were revolutionaries, just like the French Revolution. It never stopped. And Napoleon wasn't part of the French Revolution. Napoleon was pretty much trying to get the old order back in, but him and the English disagreed how to do it, which means Napoleon, Freemason? If he was probably Continental Freemason. Like Garibaldi, they did not agree with the British royalty. George Washington said it. The King of Sweden back in the day, his cousin, the Duke of something, comes up from Saxe somewhere and says, hey, what about this guy? I said, fuck no, he ain't coming into Sweden. This guy's banker with Rothschild, his stockbroker. So the Duke of, it was the Hessians of Hesse. The Archduke of Hesse, one of the electors of the Holy Roman Empire. Okay? Probably Protestant at this point. Because I think the Vikings had something to do with some of this. Protestantism. Which is fine. A lot of people said they came down in 1450. I didn't like a lot of back and forth. I know the Vikings are in Wales. They've been telling me when they show up to talk to me. I'm a Viking from Wales. What the fuck do I care? Are they trying to tell me I'm a Viking? I don't know. I think we're all the lost tribes of Israel. The Danish, tribe of Dan. Highly likely. Where are they? Highly likely. Descendants of Jesus, Merovingian kings, all this shit. Are the tribes of Israel trying to get back in their holy land? Probably. You ever know which tribe you were from? Probably not. And who's fighting them? Arabs and the Turks. Who invaded them? Arabs and the Turks.